The dark of space was deeper than any shadow. A small scout ship moved silently, almost invisible, drifting between the shattered remains of what was once the human solar system. The crew inside were alien, their long limbs and bright eyes scanning every inch of the emptiness. "Report." The commander's voice buzzed through the ship. "Humans, extinct." The youngest crew member shivered. They had only read stories, ancient records kept in the council archives. Tales of humans were filled with bravery, cunning, and an unmatched will to survive. But those stories were old. Humans had vanished centuries ago, or so they thought. The scout floated past the ruined planets. Earth, once blue and vibrant, was now a ghost of its former self. Cities lay in ruins, forests overgrown and silent. The oceans glowed faintly under the moonlight, but there were no signs of life. The alien crew exchanged nervous glances. "Nothing," said the navigator, her voice trembling. "Just silence." Suddenly, the sensors flickered. A tiny signal, weak and almost undetectable, appeared from the edge of the system. The commander frowned. "It's coming from the dark belt, near Jupiter's shadow. Investigate carefully." The scout adjusted its course, moving toward the source. As they approached, the signal became clearer. It was faint at first, a whisper of energy, but unmistakable. It was a fleet. Not old, abandoned ships, but active, moving in perfect formation. Their shapes were unfamiliar, advanced beyond anything the aliens had seen before. The crew stared in disbelief. "Impossible," muttered one. "Humans." The commander's eyes narrowed. "We were told humans were extinct. All fleets destroyed. All colonies gone." He paused, studying the ships. "And yet, here they are." For a moment, no one spoke. The dark void seemed heavier, pressing on their minds. The scout crept closer, careful not to be detected. The fleet moved as one, hidden in the shadows of distant asteroids and dead moons. Each ship was sleek, silent, built for speed and power. They carried no visible weapons, but the energy flowing from their cores hinted at unimaginable power. The crew watched, unable to look away. Small lights blinked across the fleet, signaling movement, coordination, intelligence. These were not just ships, they were extensions of a mind, a civilization that refused to die. The aliens felt a cold chill. They had assumed humans were weak, gone, a memory to be studied and forgotten. They had been wrong. "Send the data to the council," said the commander finally. "They need to see this." His voice was low, almost afraid. The scout began transmitting, but a sudden jolt shook the ship. The fleet had noticed them. A massive ship, larger than the scout could comprehend, turned toward them. Its surface shimmered, reflecting the faint starlight. The aliens held their breath. Then, without a sound, it disappeared. Just like that, the massive ship was gone, leaving only darkness. The scout crew blinked, unsure if they had imagined it. It vanished," whispered the navigator. "Humans, they can hide like this?" The commander's mind raced. "Not hide. Prepare. Humans are waiting for something. And whatever it is, we will not see it coming." Far away, hidden in a nebula, the humans watched. They were not young humans, not the ones from the old stories. These were evolved, hardened, their minds sharp and bodies stronger. They moved with precision, their fleet a living organism, each ship knowing its role, each pilot knowing their mission. Silence and patience had been their allies for centuries. A signal came from the fleet commander. "Prepare for activation. Soon, the galaxy will remember the name of Earth." Back on the scout ship, tension mounted. The aliens tried to send another message, but the signal was blocked, absorbed into the dark mass of human ships. Panic started to creep in. How could a species thought extinct be so advanced? How could they hide for so long? The scout tried to retreat, but the feeling of being watched did not leave them. Every shadow, every flicker on their sensors, seemed like a human eye, tracking them. Fear, something they had rarely experienced, settled into their bones. The silence of space returned, but it was different now. Heavier. Charged. The aliens knew something was coming, something beyond their understanding. And the humans waited, hidden but ready, their fleet alive in the darkness, a force no one in the galaxy had predicted. The commander stared at the empty black screen in front of him. "We were wrong about humans," he whispered. "Extinct, never." And in that moment, the galaxy shifted, unknowingly stepping into a new era. The first signal of Earth's return had been sent. The fleet would emerge, and nothing would ever be the same again. The alien council chamber buzzed with tension. Holographic displays flickered, showing the tiny scout ship drifting in the remnants of the human system. Every council member leaned forward, eyes wide with disbelief. "This is impossible," one of them hissed. "Humans, extinct for centuries." "But the scouts saw them," another voice replied, trembling. "A fleet. Active. Hidden. They are alive." Far away, the humans moved silently. Their ships glided through the darkness like shadows given life. The fleet was massive now, stretching beyond what the aliens could detect. Every ship was precise, perfect, humming with energy. There were no signs of haste, every motion was calculated, as if they were waiting for a single signal. Aboard the largest ship, the human commander watched the scanners. "They are awake," he said softly. His voice carried no fear, only focus. "The galaxy believes we are gone. Let them continue believing. Soon, they will learn the truth." Back on the alien scout, panic had begun to take root. The crew tried to analyze the fleet, but the data made no sense. The ships were moving too fast, too quiet, too intelligent. "It's not just a fleet," whispered the navigator. "It's like they are alive." The scout tried to warn the council, sending encrypted messages, but the signals were intercepted, scrambled, absorbed into the void of space where the humans waited. The aliens' fear deepened. Humans were not just surviving, they were evolving, hidden from the eyes of every civilization. Suddenly, a flash of light streaked across the sensor map. A small alien patrol ship, investigating the outskirts of the solar system, had encountered one of Earth's destroyers. The report was garbled, full of static, but the message was clear. The patrol had been disabled without a single shot fired. "They didn't fire weapons," the scout murmured. "They stopped us with energy fields or some kind of force. I don't understand it." The council argued furiously. "We cannot fight them," said one. "Our fleets are smaller. Our weapons are outdated. If humans emerge, we could lose everything." "Then we must strike first," another hissed. "Destroy them before they return fully." But the scout commander shook his head. "No," he said. "We do not understand them. Attacking blindly would be suicide. Humans think differently. They plan, they adapt. We cannot match them yet." In the darkness, the humans prepared their next move. Small squads left the main fleet, moving like phantoms toward key alien outposts. Their mission was not just attack. It was observation, learning the patterns, weaknesses, and fears of every enemy. The aliens had been watching the galaxy for centuries. Now, the humans returned the favor. On one alien outpost, sensors suddenly failed. Panels sparked. Lights flickered. The crew rushed to investigate, but before they could act, a small human ship appeared, uncloaked for only a moment. Its pilot stared through the viewfinder, calm and collected, watching, waiting. And then it vanished, as if it had never been there. Fear spread like wildfire. Stories of humans' cunning, their survival against impossible odds, were not just legends, they were real. "They are ghosts," muttered one alien officer. "They can strike anywhere, vanish anywhere. How do we fight them?" But the humans were not reckless. Each move was deliberate, each attack measured. They did not destroy everything, they sent messages. Small fleets intercepted, crippled, then allowed to escape. The message was clear: we are here. Watch us. Learn. Or fall. Back in the council chamber, arguments turned to panic. "We underestimated them," one said. "We thought we knew humans. But we never did. Never." Meanwhile, the human fleet moved closer to the inner systems. Nebulas hid their ships. Asteroids served as cover. Every move was a shadow, every strategy invisible. The galaxy had forgotten them, but humans had not forgotten the galaxy. A young human pilot in one of the smaller ships scanned the horizon. "Commander," she said, "they are mobilizing. Alien fleets are moving toward us." "Good," the commander replied. "Let them come. They will see nothing but shadows. And when we strike, they will understand what it means to face Earth." The scout ship tried to flee. It sent one final transmission, warning every alien civilization in range. But even as the message went out, it was cut short. The human fleet had intercepted it, leaving only a single line: "You were wrong." Panic turned to fear. Fear turned to chaos. Aliens scrambled their fleets, unsure where to strike, how to defend. Humans had forced them into a game they had never played, a battle of minds rather than brute force. And as the humans watched from the shadows, their commander gave a single order: "Prepare the fleet. Soon, we reveal ourselves. The galaxy will remember Earth. And they will know, humans are not extinct." The aliens had thought the story of humanity was over. They had thought the galaxy was safe. They were wrong. The dark of space now held secrets they could not fathom, and shadows moved where none should be. The first encounters were only the beginning. A storm was coming, one born of intelligence, patience, and the unyielding spirit of a species that refused to die. And in that storm, Earth's fleet waited, silent, ready, unstoppable. Darkness stretched endlessly as the human fleet drifted through the uncharted void. Nebulas hid their ships, and asteroid belts provided natural cover. Every human pilot moved with a calm precision, each command executed without hesitation. The galaxy believed humans were extinct. They believed wrong. On a remote alien patrol station, alarms screamed. Sensors were overwhelmed, reporting multiple blips, ships that appeared, vanished, then reappeared miles away. Crew members ran to consoles, frantically checking systems. "It's impossible," one cried. "They are everywhere, and nowhere." Inside one of Earth's destroyers, the human commander observed the chaos through a live feed of enemy movements. His eyes were steady, calculating. "Let them scramble," he said quietly. "Let them think they can understand us. They cannot." A small squadron of humans separated from the main fleet, moving toward a key alien communication hub. They did not fire a single shot as they approached. Instead, energy fields activated silently, disabling weapons and shields without destroying a single ship. Alien officers stared in disbelief. They are controlling our technology," one whispered. "Yes," said another. "Humans have always been clever, but this is beyond anything recorded." The squadron slipped inside the hub undetected. Pilots guided drones and small craft into the heart of the facility. Cameras and sensors went dark, communications failed, and alarms stopped. Alien crews could only watch as the humans moved like shadows, precise and silent, taking control without violence. Back in the council chamber, panic reached its peak. Holograms of the human fleet flashed across the room. "They are not just ships," one council member shouted. "They are intelligence. They move as one mind." Meanwhile, in the depths of space, the humans prepared their next demonstration. A massive ship rose from the shadows of a distant moon, larger than any alien vessel. Its hull gleamed, powered by engines that emitted no sound but radiated immense energy. Smaller ships formed around it like satellites orbiting a sun. The aliens scrambled fleets to intercept, firing blindly into the dark. Lasers and missiles passed harmlessly, absorbed by invisible shields, deflected, or simply evaporated before reaching the humans. The fleet seemed untouchable, moving faster and smarter than any technology the galaxy had seen. Inside the largest human ship, the commander watched calmly. "They still believe they can stop us," he murmured. Let them try. Every mistake they make will teach them the cost of underestimating humans. A lone alien scout tried to gather intelligence, sneaking close to the hidden fleet. It transmitted a shaky video back to the council. On the feed, human ships shimmered, vanished, and reappeared in ways that made physics bend. The scout's crew panicked. "It's magic," one cried. "No, not magic. Intelligence beyond comprehension." The council debated frantically. "We cannot fight them head-on," one said. "Every strike fails. Every fleet we send disappears, or returns crippled." "Then we must negotiate," another suggested. "Perhaps they will accept peace?" But the humans were not there for peace. They were there for control, for observation, and to remind the galaxy of what humans had always been: survivors. Not savages, not just warriors, but thinkers, planners, and adapters. Every movement of the fleet was a test, a lesson, a warning. In the middle of the chaos, a small human pilot skillfully maneuvered her ship through a dense asteroid field, trailing sensors that emitted no detectable signals. Alien ships tried to follow, only to crash, become trapped, or vanish as if swallowed by the void. She smiled slightly. The lesson was simple: underestimate humans, and you fail. Meanwhile, the alien fleet attempted a coordinated strike. Hundreds of ships fired simultaneously, hoping to overwhelm the humans with sheer numbers. But the humans anticipated every attack. Energy barriers flickered, repelled, and redirected alien weapons harmlessly into space. The humans did not just survive, they made the aliens doubt themselves, doubt their strategy, doubt their existence. Back on the main human destroyer, the commander issued a single order: record everything. Every mistake they make. Every fear they show. Let this knowledge guide the next phase. Suddenly, a transmission reached the humans. An alien admiral, captured but alive, blinked nervously on the screen. Why are you doing this?" he asked. "You could destroy us. Why not?" The commander's eyes were cold, sharp, yet not cruel. "Because we are not here to destroy," he said. "We are here to remind. Humans do not forget. Humans do not die quietly. We survive, we adapt, and we rise. Remember this, or the next lesson will be final." As the alien admiral stared, terror slowly replaced disbelief. The humans did not attack for sport. They attacked for knowledge, control, and survival. Every encounter taught the aliens their place in the galaxy, below a species they had written off as extinct. In the darkness, the human fleet regrouped. The nebula hid them once again. Their presence was known, but their exact positions were a mystery. Alien commanders struggled to plan, fight, or understand. And in that silence, humans waited patiently. The young human pilot reported back. "They are trying to organize again. They are panicking. Our visibility is low, but their fear is clear." The commander nodded. "Good. Let them fear. Fear sharpens the mind, but it also exposes weakness. The galaxy has forgotten humans. We will not forgive the forgetting." And in the shadows of space, the first true human strike force moved. They were not fast, nor reckless, nor violent without reason. They were precise, intelligent, and invisible until it was too late. The galaxy had assumed humans extinct. Now, the galaxy would know they had returned, and not just to survive, but to dominate in ways no one could predict. The dark of space shifted. The silent whispers of fear spread across alien civilizations. Humans were awake, and the first lessons had only begun. The void of space trembled quietly, almost like it sensed what was coming. The alien fleets had gathered, their ships massive and armed to the teeth. They had called it a defensive strike, hoping to crush the human fleet before it could expand. But the humans had anticipated this. Every move the aliens made had been studied, every pattern noted, every weakness recorded over centuries of observation. From the shadows, the human commander watched. His fleet was smaller in number, but far more precise. Each ship moved like a part of a living organism, coordinated and synchronized. There were no mistakes, no hesitation. Humans did not rush, they calculated, adapted, and struck where it mattered most. The aliens advanced, engines blazing, weapons charging. Lasers streaked across the void, missiles leaving trails of deadly light. But the humans did not respond the way the aliens expected. Ships appeared in one formation, then vanished, only to strike at another point simultaneously. Shields flickered and absorbed the brunt of the attacks, while countermeasures redirected weapons harmlessly into empty space. On board one of the human destroyers, the young pilot who had been part of the reconnaissance team monitored multiple screens. "Commander," she said, "they've committed their entire fleet. They're overextending. We can cut them off here and here." She pointed to 2 sectors on the star map. "Good," the commander replied calmly. "Prepare the strike squads. Let them come to us. They will make the mistake themselves." The humans waited, silent, almost invisible, hidden by nebulae and asteroid fields. When the aliens finally reached the trap, they realized too late that they had walked into it. A small wave of human ships emerged from cover, striking alien wings simultaneously from multiple directions. Ships that had been confident and powerful were disabled within seconds. Panic erupted. Alien commanders shouted orders, trying to regroup, but every move the humans anticipated. Every attempt to counterattack failed. The humans did not just fight, they controlled the battlefield. They manipulated the flow of energy, the position of fleets, and the timing of attacks. Every alien mistake was exploited instantly. From the bridge of the main destroyer, the commander issued another calm order. "Do not overextend. Focus on precision. Every move counts." A group of alien command ships tried to escape through a nearby wormhole, hoping to retreat and reorganize. But the humans were ready. Energy barriers blocked the exit, while specialized ships disabled their engines. The aliens found themselves trapped, unable to fire, unable to flee. The first major strike was over before it had truly begun. One alien admiral, watching from a command station far away, muttered in disbelief, They outthink us. Every move we make, they anticipate it. How can this be?" Meanwhile, human pilots communicated silently, using a combination of visual signals and encrypted channels. No words wasted, no confusion. Each squad knew exactly what to do, where to strike, and when to retreat. The precision was terrifying in its simplicity. In the heart of the battle, a human strike squad approached the largest alien ship. Without warning, energy tendrils wrapped around it, disabling its weapons and engines. Alien crews screamed as their command hub was paralyzed. The squad did not fire a single missile. The ship surrendered silently, a display of human control and efficiency. Back in the council chamber, holograms of the battlefield replayed over and over. "This is not war," one member whispered. "It is execution. Strategy perfected over centuries." The humans, however, did not celebrate. Every victory was measured, every maneuver planned. They struck not for revenge, not for glory, but for survival and a lesson. Underestimate humans, and the consequences are immediate. The scout ship that had first encountered the fleet tried to flee. It sent a warning, but the transmission was intercepted. The human commander allowed it to pass, but only enough to instill terror. "Remember this," the message read. "We are here. We are patient. We are humans." The alien forces had been humiliated, trapped, and pushed to the brink. Their ships were damaged, their leaders unsure of what to do next. Fear had replaced confidence. Panic had replaced strategy. And yet, the humans did not push too far. They withdrew, fading into the nebulae as quietly as they had appeared, leaving the aliens to wonder if the strike had been real or a hallucination. In the aftermath, the human commander addressed his fleet. "Today was not about destruction," he said. "It was about proving a point. We are back. We are prepared. And the galaxy will learn to respect that fact." The young pilot smiled slightly, staring at the sensors. "They'll regroup," she said. "They'll try again. Let them, the commander replied. We are ready. We have waited long enough. They will learn that humans do not die quietly. They will learn that humans survive, adapt, and strike when least expected. And when they do, the cost will always be high. Far away, in alien worlds, leaders debated, argued, and panicked. Their fleets were weakened, their strategy flawed, their minds clouded by fear. And somewhere, in the dark corners of space, humans prepared the next lesson. The galaxy had assumed humans extinct. They had assumed safety. They had assumed control. But Earth's fleet had emerged from the shadows, not to destroy recklessly, but to teach a lesson centuries in the making. Underestimate humans, and the universe itself would regret it. The dark of space held a new force now. Invisible, intelligent, unstoppable. And the first major strike was only the beginning. The dark of space was still, almost as if it waited. The alien fleets had retreated, shaken and disorganized after the first major strike. They whispered rumors of what they had seen, ships that vanished, weapons that disabled without firing, strategies that predicted their every move. Fear was growing, spreading through every civilization that had once assumed humans were extinct. Far beyond the outer rim, hidden behind a dense nebula and a belt of jagged asteroids, a human fleet gathered. This was no ordinary assembly. Massive destroyers floated in perfect formation, surrounded by smaller reconnaissance ships and silent frigates. Energy pulsed faintly from the fleet's core, invisible to all but the most advanced sensors. Inside the largest ship, the human commander walked the bridge. Every screen, every sensor, every pilot was part of a single, orchestrated system. Prepare for the demonstration, he said quietly. Let them see what we have built. Let them understand that humans are no longer just survivors, they are architects of the impossible. A young pilot tapped her console. Commander, the alien fleets are moving cautiously. They are trying to find us. They do not know where we are. Good, the commander replied. Let them look. Let them search. The closer they get, the more they will learn, and fear. At the heart of the fleet, hidden within a massive asteroid, was the true secret, Earth's hidden base. It was a city and a military hub combined, built over centuries, shielded by advanced cloaking and energy barriers. No alien had ever seen it. The base pulsed with energy, glowing faintly in the darkness, its size and technology far beyond any galaxy records. The aliens did not know this. They had searched, they had patrolled, and yet they had found nothing. Every report sent back to the Council described confusion, panic, and anomalies beyond understanding. Humans are ghosts, muttered one alien commander. They hide in shadows no one can penetrate. From within the base, small scout ships launched silently. They zipped through asteroid belts and nebulae, testing alien sensors, recording every weakness, every response. Some returned with minimal damage, their crews calm. Others never returned, but the data they sent back was enough. Humans were learning the galaxy, just as the galaxy had once studied humans. On one alien world, an officer stared at the incoming feed from the scout ship. He blinked, disbelief growing into fear. The images showed structures and technology that seemed impossible. Energy towers taller than mountains, ships capable of manipulating gravity, weapons that could disable entire fleets without a shot fired. They have built a base undetectable for centuries, he whispered. How? They are humans, another officer replied. Impossible does not exist for them. Back at the main human ship, the commander observed the alien reactions. They see now, he said. They know we are not a myth. They know we are real. And they are afraid. Good. Let them feel it. The humans did not attack yet. They had no need. Every move, every controlled display of power was enough to terrify, confuse, and demoralize the alien fleets. Small energy pulses lit up near the nebula edges, harmless but dazzling, showing glimpses of the fleet's true scale. Aliens reported massive formations, disappearing ships, flashes of energy that seemed to bend space itself. Inside the hidden base, engineers monitored every system. Advanced AI managed the fleet, communications, and energy defenses, all in perfect harmony. Humans moved like one organism, every action synchronized, every strategy precise. Even without direct conflict, they demonstrated dominance. An alien diplomat, sent to negotiate peace, hovered nervously in his ship, scanning the fleet. This cannot be, he whispered into his communicator. They have technology beyond imagination. Every weapon, every ship, every sensor, far superior. How can humans, extinct for centuries, have built this? They adapted, another replied. They always adapt. They survive. And now, they return to show the galaxy that extinction is impossible for them. The human commander spoke quietly to his crew. Remember, the galaxy has forgotten us. They fear the forgotten. Let them understand why. Outside, the fleet shimmered in the nebula's glow. Energy shields pulsed, ships moved with silent grace, and the hidden base radiated power no alien could measure. The humans' presence alone had changed the balance of power. Every civilization that had assumed safety now doubted their strength, their strategy, and their survival. Even without firing a shot, humans had shown the galaxy they were not to be underestimated. Every alien fleet commander knew that direct confrontation would be suicide. Every planet's leadership realized that humans had returned not for petty revenge but to reclaim their place, quietly, efficiently, and without mercy. A young pilot reported a scouting success. Commander, sensors indicate alien fleets are reorganizing. They are confused, panicked. We have the advantage. Good, the commander said. Maintain position. Let them think they are searching. Let them learn the lesson themselves. Soon, the next phase will begin, and the galaxy will see humanity in full. From the shadows of space, the hidden base pulsed. Its technology, its fleet, its people, all a secret weapon, an unstoppable force built over centuries. And somewhere, far across alien systems, the whispers grew, humans were back, and the galaxy would never be the same. The dark of space held secrets no alien had imagined, and the humans controlled every one of them. Intelligence, patience, and time had turned their extinction into a myth. And now, the myth had returned, not as stories, not as ghosts, but as reality. The first lessons had been given. The galaxy would remember Earth. The galaxy held its breath. After centuries of silence, Earth's fleet emerged fully from the shadows, moving like a force of nature no one could stop. Alien fleets scrambled frantically, trying to organize, but chaos ruled. Ships collided, missiles misfired, and panic rippled through command centers. Every civilization that had assumed humans extinct now realized the unimaginable. They were awake, prepared, and unstoppable. From the bridge of the largest human destroyer, the commander observed the battlefield. Every fleet, every movement, every alien strategy had been predicted. Begin the final phase, he said softly. Let them see what humanity is capable of. Small strike squads darted forward, not blindly, but with deadly precision. Alien ships that had been confident moments ago were disabled without a single direct hit. Energy fields wrapped around engines, shields neutralized weapons, and communication arrays went dark. Fear spread faster than any weapon. Aliens began surrendering ships just to survive, realizing resistance was futile. A massive alien flagship tried to lead a counterattack. It unleashed volleys of missiles and beams, hoping to overwhelm the humans. But every strike was deflected, absorbed, or redirected harmlessly. The flagship's crew watched in horror as their weapons turned against the empty void, and the human fleet remained untouched, a silent, calculating predator in the shadows. The young pilot, still calm, reported back, "They are committing everything. They are panicking. We have complete control." "Good," the commander replied. "Do not destroy unnecessarily. Show them the cost of arrogance, not annihilation. Humanity's strength lies not only in power, but in restraint and intelligence." From hidden positions, humans deployed specialized ships. They surrounded key alien worlds without firing a shot. Strategic strikes disabled military facilities, communication hubs, and transport systems. Yet civilians were untouched. Messages were sent to every corner of the galaxy. We are here. We are humans. We survive. We do not seek senseless destruction, but we demand respect. The alien council convened frantically. Leaders shouted over holograms, trying to coordinate defense, but confusion ruled. Every attempt to retaliate failed. Every fleet they sent was anticipated, disabled, or trapped. Humans were not fighting like a typical military. They were teaching, warning, and demonstrating their dominance without chaos. On board the flagship, the human commander addressed the fleet. We are not here to kill. We are here to remind. Humans do not die quietly. Humans do not surrender. We survive, adapt, and rise. Let every civilization remember this. A small alien envoy, observing the fleet cautiously, spoke to a council member. They could destroy everything. Yet, they do not. Why? Because humans are more than warriors, another replied. They are thinkers, planners, survivors. And they teach through demonstration, not mindless violence. The fleet moved silently, closing on the last major alien force. Every strike was precise. Every move was deliberate. Alien ships surrendered or fled, understanding resistance was pointless. The humans had proven their superiority, but they also demonstrated mercy and control, a combination that left the galaxy awestruck. In the aftermath, the human fleet withdrew into the shadows once more. No ships were wasted unnecessarily. No worlds were destroyed. Every alien civilization had learned a simple, terrifying truth. Humans were alive, humans were powerful, and humans would not be underestimated again. The young pilot smiled slightly. Do you think they understand now? They understand enough, the commander replied. Enough to survive, enough to remember, enough to respect. We will return only if necessary. For now, the lesson is complete. Far across the galaxy, alien leaders spoke quietly in fear and awe. Every fleet commander, every council member, every diplomat whispered the same words. Earth's fleet, humans, never extinct. Not gone. Not weak. Unstoppable. Back on Earth's hidden base, the commander looked at the stars. The centuries of silence had ended. Humanity had emerged from the shadows, not just to reclaim its place, but to teach a lesson the galaxy would never forget. Their strength was not only in ships, weapons, or technology, but in intelligence, patience, unity, and restraint. And somewhere, hidden in the void of space, the humans' final message echoed silently across alien communication networks. We survived when all assumed we were gone. We adapted when all assumed we were weak. We rise when all assumed we had fallen. Humanity endures, and we will be remembered, not as myth, not as ghost, but as the force that shapes the galaxy itself. The dark of space seemed calmer now, but it was no longer silent. Humanity's presence had returned, permanent and undeniable. Aliens who once feared humanity now feared its intellect, its strategy, and the certainty that humans could strike anywhere, anytime. The galaxy had changed. Nothing would ever be the same. And as Earth's fleet disappeared into the hidden reaches of space, one thing was certain: humans were no longer extinct. They had returned, not for revenge, not for conquest, but to reclaim their legacy. A new era had begun, a galaxy where humanity would be respected, feared, and remembered forever. The stars shone quietly, indifferent to the battles below, yet carrying the story of a species that refused to vanish. Humanity had risen from the shadows, and the galaxy would never forget.